Hi, good afternoon. My name is Gina Costigan, and today I am having a podcast on 50 and Fabulous, what I've learned through the trenches, sponsored by Main Street Mortgage. And I haven't had a podcast in a hot minute, but today I was so excited to reschedule this podcast a few times. And my guest today, she is probably one of my favorite people, and I'm just honored to have her. Her name is Julie Lomakka.
I am so thrilled to be here with you, Gina. I've been waiting to do this.
I know. This is the third time. We're here now, so that's all that matters. But I mean, you've had such a great experience in so many things that you've done, and you are just so out there in your presence and your kindness and authenticity. It's just, I mean, you just bring people to, happiness. That's why I think you're one of my favorite people, because when I see you, I always feel like I feel happy, and just that you were the president of Boss Ladies, and that's a whole load in itself. But I'm sad that you're leaving, but I know Glenda will come on in and do her job and do a great job. But you were fantastic with the Boss Ladies, and that's how we originally met. But Julie, this past year, has been the president and has brought so many, I think, powerful, wonderful women in, and just her way of managing the group, because we can get a little bit rowdy, and has had us at her home numerous times just because it was really hot and we didn't want to be outside. She's so generous, and I just can't say enough. But I guess we should kind of get to some business now. Julie has a wonderful husband. His name is UC, and UC is from Finland, and they met 27. Oh, you've been married 27 years. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
That's awesome. That's
we
something
we also met 27 years ago.
Oh, that's right. I know that story. Oh, that's okay. So they met 20. Engagement. It was a short engagement. Well, I kind of know that story too. I've been there, done that. And you have a beautiful daughter named Emmy, 2 dogs that I see when I'm at your house, and 1 cat.
Correct.
So you got a full house going on.
1 pet per person.
1 pet. So who has the dogs? Is it you and UC?
Nope. UC has the cat, I've got a dog, and Emmy has a dog.
Okay. So now I know who owns everything. Yeah. Very good to know. So today we're here to talk about, you did a little bit of pivoting, I think last year, and you decided to start working, and you're the owner and founder of Tabono Lifestyle.
Yes.
And it is really touched, so many people out there, and I know that I designed a shirt today, and I asked you, actually not today, but I saw it today, and it was for my best friend. And it is for my best friend. Her mom passed away just 2 weeks after she moved in with me, and she loved dragonflies. So I saw a shirt on, I think it was Sloan, or somebody had it on. Nicole had it on, and I said, I have to have that shirt. So here today, she shows me the picture, and we're going to have it made for Sherry, and it will be super special. So tell me a little bit about the brand, the movement, and why you decided. I know you had a lot of fashion history in your past, but talk about Tabono.
Well, I had, in my past, 23 years in the fashion industry.
Right.
And I, fast forward many decades, joined this book club locally called Read Inspired, and with Hillary Bilbrey, and it was all self-development books. And I was so inspired by the book club, and as we were going through the book club, I found myself saying to myself all the time, that would make a great t-shirt, that would make a great mug, that would make a great journal.
Sweatshirts, I have.
That would make a great hoodie, that would make a great
hats.
hat. And I started putting these ideas in my phone, not really thinking I was going to do anything with it. And then one morning I woke up
clear,
and I just said, I'm going to launch a lifestyle brand. And it is just going to be all about joy and positivity and strength. And I became obsessed.
Yeah.
And with $500.
And that was your starting? You started yourself with $500?
$500.
Okay.
I did not outsource any help. And I was obsessed, meaning I was sleeping maybe 3 hours a week. a night,
Oh my
a week,
God.
because I was working full-time in
Mm-hmm.
real estate at the same time. So I would do my full-time job during the day and remainder of hours worked on Tabono. I launched this brand, website, Instagram,
Oh,
Facebook.
and it's all amazing. I mean, your
Thank
marketing
you.
is fantastic.
5 weeks later, with only 40 products, now I have over 400, and
Which is
it's
just
been
insane.
15 months since we launched.
Oh gosh, it seems,
and I don't
God,
know
15
why.
months? Where is just time
I
gone? Like,
know.
it seems like it was like 4 months ago.
And I don't know why I say we, because it's still
No, it's
just
still
me.
you. Don't give UC. UC can't take this from you.
And truth be told, I am not a designer. I had to learn everything. I had never used Canva. I had never designed
That's crazy,
anything.
Julie.
And but I do have a zest for learning. I
Right.
do love.
You thrive on that.
I thrive on it, and I loved all the roadblocks I was up against and trying to figure things out.
And no one would ever know that, because every time we meet, you're like, look what this is. Look what this is. And I mean, everything looks like it's just, I mean, done so naturally. And I see the products, and I have, my sweatshirts, and I've had people ask me where I've got them. I have my peace hat, my boss lady bracelet, and the new shirt for Sherry, which I'm just honored that you even did that for me. I know she'll be so touched. And I thought it was butterflies, so I kept buying all these butterflies, and she's like, Gina, why do you keep bringing these butterflies to me? I'm like, they're for your mom. Your mom loved them. She goes, no, it's dragonflies. I'm like, oh, let me get something else for you.
Because dragonflies represent transformation.
Right.
So much like butterflies do as well.
Yeah. So we had to do a quick tweak on that. But what makes Tabono lifestyle unique and compared to other lifestyle fashion trends that are out there? Because there are a lot right now.
Well, there's so much, and it's such a dense market. And what makes it unique to me, and what I am sticking to, is that it is solely based on strength and positivity. I'm not letting anything into the brand that isn't based on that on a positive message. So people will bring me ideas constantly that may be really funny, may be very just sarcastic, may be very witty, but they don't come from a place of strength or compassion or love
and
or
kindness.
Peace, kindness.
We need
hope.
So much kindness right now.
So that may belong someplace else. It doesn't belong with Tabono. Tabono's tagline is inspired products for inspired people.
Oh, okay.
So it needs to be inspiring.
Wow.
And today I'm wearing one of my first designs.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's be better humans. I love that.
Let's be better humans. And when I know that Tabono is working is when I get feedback from people like you.
Yeah.
When people say they were wearing Let's Be Better Humans out somewhere, and somebody says to them, oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. I love what that says. And that was the whole idea of the brand, is that you're spreading a message. You just made somebody else feel better, feel more positive, and you're spreading something really good in the world.
And right now, I think, like I always tell my daughters, and this is something that was so near and dear to my heart, and I always would tell them, kindness is free. You can be beautiful. You can have all these things. You can, all that stuff. But I can honestly tell people, and people say, your daughters are beautiful, which I considered very sweet. But I said, no. They're that kind in their hearts. They're good souls and good people. It wasn't always that way, but I drilled that in, because to me, that is the number one important thing.
Yeah.
To be authentic and true and kind. And right now, I think we need a lot of that.
Yeah. And life is very hard
and challenging.
It comes with a lot of hardships. And I often tell a story which I think a lot of people can relate to. I was going through a very difficult time. Everybody has gone through a very difficult time. Our daughter has been hospitalized many times, has borderline personality disorder, suffers from depression. And a friend said to me, you have to have hope. You can't let go of hope. And at that moment, I wanted to slap her in the face because I had no hope.
Right. You didn't want to hear that.
I didn't want to hear that. Yet I know in the darkest hours, you have to continue to have hope. And that's meant so much to me. So this is a little way for me to keep, that hope going. Because I know we can't be positive all the time. We just can't be. We're human. But if we have little reminders, different places in our life, whether it's on a little mug, on a little bracelet, on a shirt,
whatever makes you feel happy that day.
Whatever it is, it's just a little piece of a reminder.
Well, and I think sometimes your route is so funny. I mean, to me, where you started from in this small town of what, 30?
24 people.
24 people. So that's just in Montana, right?
Wyoming.
I'm getting close. You think I know most, but 24 people, and look at how everything you've done and transformed, and where you're at today. But I think sometimes, because I had a small town too, not that quite small, but that's that small town roots that, like, I cow tipped. Barn parties where I went to college. I was like, people do this stuff? I was in a small town. Everyone knew everybody. You could go through the drive-through at Taco Bell and somebody was related to my brother-in-law. It was a joke. But I think those small town roots really do help you later on in life. Just, really, you still have that core is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And 24 people, I know you rode horses and did all kinds of things, but I think that core values start there. Because you only had probably, 22 friends, because you had your parents. And you have a brother, too. So 21 friends.
I think my best friend at that time was my brother.
I'm sure.
And I think because it was such a life of solitude, there really weren't kids to play with. It did teach me a lot, but it really helped me value relationships later on.
Right.
Because there really weren't very many relationships to be had other than with my horse.
Right. But people love their pets. You still do. Your store offers a wide variety of products, which we talked about, from t-shirts to journals and mugs. How do you decide what to include in your collection? What are some of your favorite pieces that you like?
That's the fun part, because I get inspiration everywhere.
Okay.
I could be at a coffee shop and see a design. In fact, you have a sweatshirt that you love that says "Be Happy" on it.
I think I have 2 now.
And I think 6 or 7 of the boss ladies have that same sweatshirt. It's one of my favorites. And I got the idea for that design off of a chocolate bar I saw in a coffee shop.
So coffee shops are the thing, man.
Right. And the chocolate bar didn't say "Be happy," but the graphic gave me an idea.
Isn't that crazy?
So it could come from graffiti art. It could come from an album cover. It can come from
all kinds
so many
of things.
sources. So it really has, because I've been in the business world
for so long, right? The fashion.
And in the fashion world, I was on the operations side of business. Yeah. So this really allows me to tap into creativity.
Yeah, way more fun than the operations. Well, just like we did the Love Run, and that was so cool because each of us had the shirt on for Tabono, but on the back, you went through all of us had our logos that said our company name.
Ask you about
ask you. And I was like, I wear it to the gym. I wear it because they're like, where'd you get that shirt? When I'm at my gym, because they were wearing the regular ones that people gave out. Like, it was made by Tabono.
And back to designing the t-shirt special for you today. I love it when people ask me to do that, because typically when people ask me to do that, then I put it up on the website.
I love that.
Because more than likely, if you like it, then somebody else is going to like it.
Right.
So I love it when people reach out to me and ask me to do that.
No, I loved it. And I'm so glad it came to fruition, because and the color, she loves that color. So it was just all so cool. How does Tabono Lifestyle cultivate a sense of community among your customers? Because you have a lot of customers, you said now, about 400?
So that's products. I have over 400 products.
Okay, what about customers?
Followers on Instagram, I think I'm up over 27,000.
That's just crazy, Julie. You're going to be like a what are they called? Instagram. Oh gosh, I can't think of the word.
I don't
you know what I call
I don't even
influencer.
I think the best thing has been two things. One, the market I've been focusing on. So t-shirts, hoodies, that kind of thing. Most businesses are looking at a much younger market,
right?
20s to 30s.
Right.
I'm looking at my demographic. I just turned 60 this year.
I know. I was at the party. I had my glasses on and I was dancing.
Thank you for being there.
And I still, when I found out you were turning 60, I thought it was your 50th. I swear. I'm like, she's turning what?
I really geared my marketing on 40 and up. And so I think on Instagram, for example, I'm doing a whole series, Why It's Fabulous to Be in Your 60s. And I think people have really responded to that. And the other thing I think that's been really, really nice, I get random phone calls.
You said that from the gal. You think now she just likes to talk to you.
Yeah. But people will call me and say, you know what, I wanted to place an order today, but I just wanted to call you first and tell you I like what you're doing. That's just like your brand.
But I mean, that says, like I said, that goes back to you taking the time to take the phone calls, first of all, and stay on the phone, especially with the cute lady that you said was a little bit older. And that
she was in her 80s.
In her 80s. And she just called. And then you finally said, do you just call to just chat? She's like, pretty much. But I mean, in their 80s, like getting online and stuff, I think it's
and what's the point of having the brand if you
can't help
do that?
Right.
That makes it all worthwhile.
Well,
to
and
be able to talk to people.
Well, and everything that you have though has something for everybody, and that's why I like it. I can't believe you're at 27,000 followers. That's amazing. And it's only been, what do we say, 16 months? 15, 16 months. Wow. I mean, that says a lot for yourself. We talked a little bit about your story, but can you share a story or moment where you felt Tabono lifestyle made a real impact on someone's journey? Maybe the 80-year-old.
There was one woman that called me, and she was about the same age as me. She had recently retired, and she had been a lunch lady for school.
Okay.
And she had been very shy and withdrawn her whole life. And her son had gone away for college and started working out of college, and then he found out he had schizophrenia.
Oh my gosh.
And he had come home to live with them. She just went through a complete transformation and had to kind of figure out who she wanted to be for the rest of her life. She didn't want to be this shy, withdrawn person anymore. When she called me, and we had a couple phone calls together, the brand spoke to her. It was transformative for her. And she had initially ordered something that said perfectly imperfect on it. And she got the wrong thing in the mail.
Oh.
She got something that had a star on it.
Oh.
And she said, you know what? I got the thing I was meant to get, because I am a star.
Oh.
I have overcome so many obstacles.
I'm sure.
I've become a better person. I'm more outgoing. I've joined all these book clubs.
She had to learn so much. Well, being in this with patience.
I learned so much compassion with my son having this mental illness. She's going through a transformation. So I think it's sharing these stories with other people and being part of their journey through the brand is a gift.
Right. What challenges do you think have you faced as an online owner and for your store, and how have you overcome them? Have you faced any real challenges?
Oh, constant challenges.
You just make it look so easy. That's the thing.
I tell this story when I was in the fashion business. One of the companies that recruited me, the recruiter called me and she said, I have a challenge for you. Well, most people, if a recruiter started a conversation saying, I have a challenge for you, the person on the other line might just hang up the phone, right? Like that's how you're enticing someone to stay. But for me, if someone says, I have a challenge for you, That's like dangling a carrot.
Yeah, here you are.
Yeah,
I'm kind of the same way, though.
Yeah,
it can be troublesome sometimes. It gets me in trouble sometimes.
But to me, that's like, oh, you have a challenge? Let's pick it apart. Let's see how we can figure this out. So challenges are good, because that's where you learn, that's where you grow. So many challenges.
And doing this type of work is so different. Well, with handling customers is what you've done before, but doing this actual kind of work has been different.
It's all the back end website, learning how to do the design, all the inventory management, all of that has all been.
I can't believe you have 400 products. I'm mind blown right now. You make it all look so easy. And you're always, I mean, you're out and you're networking, you're at events, you're doing things. I don't know how you have the time to, I mean, I'm busy, but I'm like, how do you have the time?
I have an internal clock that wakes myself up at 5 or 5:30 every day. So I get a lot done from in the early hours.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. Can't wake up that early anymore. I used to, though. I used to get all my gym in the morning and all that done. Now I work out at night. I like to stay up later. It's just, but I still need my certain amount of sleep for my mental health and for my physical. I have epilepsy, so I have to sleep. There's 8 hours, they say. I don't know when that turned around. I kind of hope it turns back around, because I like to get things done. When I get here, though, I crank it out, though, until about 1. And then 1, I know I've got a lot done. And then it slowly starts to trickle down, and then I have events or the gym or things like that.
Everyone's got a different.
Everyone has a different, but I can see in the morning, even here, I mean, I can crank it out. I know my energy level. And then in the afternoon, I'm like, ooh, I might need something like a soda or something. But you make so much time, too, for people in our community. And you make so much time for our boss ladies and everything that you do. I've always been so impressed just by how much you show up.
I make a lot of time for fun.
Yeah, well, I know you do.
And
I've been to your party. We've been to boogie nights.
Yes.
Julie can dance. Let me tell you, this lady can dance. So I try to keep up with her boogie nights. And after I went home, I was like, oh my gosh, Julie can boogie.
I love to
You love to dance.
You can boogie as well.
I can boogie as well. Yeah. I like to come out and boogie. But no, having fun is very important.
Yeah. And
letting loose is very important. And I think that's just what makes our success. And the time that we put in, we feel like, our fun is warranted and definitely needed.
And the boss ladies, it's been worth it. It's an incredible group of passionate, caring, skilled,
excellent. Yeah, women. I mean, no, I can never
ask for a better group.
No, we are, and I think that everybody in there has been. I've gone through a lot of changes, because I came around, I think, almost 2.5 years ago. So I've seen a lot of transformation. But what we have now is a really talented, strong group.
Yeah, and
I'm really excited about it. I'm excited for the next year, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm excited to see where this grows, and we work well together, all of us boss ladies. But I'm just happy, Julie, that you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you really love, and that you took such an interest in doing, because that fills your heart as well.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to end it on that note, and I'm so grateful that you came on today.
Love
I'm blessed.
You, and love
you too.
That you had me on.
Me too. Okay.
Finally.
Okay, thanks, honey. Bye.